everyone, and welcome to Center for Spiritual Living Leesburg. This is the last Sunday in November. Shocking, isn't it? Here we go, guys. The theme for this year is Timeless Wisdom, Evolutionary Vision. And our focus for the month of November is Breathe in the View. And just take a second and look at that beautiful image on your screen. The title of our talk today is Gratitude Beyond Gifts, and I cannot wait to find out what that is all about. And it will be given by our special guest, Audra Nicole. We're so glad that you joined us today. Probably you had a busy week, so just sit back and relax, get comfortable as we begin our service. Please join us as we create our sacred space. We set our intentions of deepening into our awareness and practice of our 5 pillars of spiritual living by lighting this candle in our virtual world. Our first pillar is sacred study, represented by the divine quality of truth. We use this pillar to recognize the importance of an open mind and the power of our minds. The second pillar is affirmative prayer, represented by the divine quality power. This pillar honors the power of prayer in our daily lives. Our third pillar is meditation and the divine quality of peace. This pillar reminds us of the importance of meditation and the peace we feel when we quiet our minds. The fourth pillar is circulation and the divine quality of life. We know that the great law of circulation works in our lives. As we give, so shall we receive. And the fifth pillar is sacred service and the divine quality of love. This pillar affirms our call to be of service to our world as we see through the eyes of love. Let us close our eyes as we bless this sacred space and our time together. As we weave each of these pillars of spiritual living into our service today, may they deepen our own spiritual practices of study, prayer, meditation, circulation, and service, expanding our minds and our hearts to the 5 divine qualities of truth, power, peace, life, and love. We also bless everyone who made our service possible today and everyone in attendance. May the energy of love that is generated here bless everyone abundantly, and so it is. Please feel free to add in the chat or in the comments section any joys or celebrations or concerns that you have and you would like us to include later in our service when we provide our community spiritual mind treatment, which is a form of affirmative prayer. And now we're going to move into our time of meditation. So take some time, just a few moments, to place yourself into a comfortable position. Like I said before, it's been such a busy week. I think you're going to find this moment of meditation very, very soothing and relaxing. Take a few deep breaths and let your chest rise and fall with each inhalation and exhalation. When you are ready, just close your eyes and continue to breathe slowly and deeply. As you do this, let your attention gently rest on your breath. Feel the air as it moves into your body and as it exits your body. And each time you exhale, try to let go of any tension or stress that you might be carrying in your body. Relax your face, your shoulders, your belly, your legs, your feet. Now, on your next exhale, settle your attention to the area around your heart and focus on feelings of love, compassion, empathy, and forgiveness. With all your attention on your heart center, bring your mind to something for which you are grateful, or someone perhaps who is in your life who is very special and for whom you have gratitude. Think how this positive presence in your life just warms your heart and floods it with wonderful positive energy. And as you continue on your easy, relaxed breathing, let's move on to your health and to your body. Take this moment to feel gratitude for being alive and for your health. Bless each internal organ that's doing its job without any thought or instructions from you. Every day, your heart is beating, your lungs fill with oxygen, your stomach digests, your veins carry nutrients to every part of your body. Your bones and your muscles allow you to do all that you do effortlessly, for the most part. Thank your body for all that it does for you each and every day. It is the container of your spirit as you travel in this life. Now let's express gratitude for the abundance of nature that produces food to nourish your body, and the beautiful scenery that nature provides to nourish your soul. Take a moment to reflect on the good foods that you enjoy, or visualize a scenic place that fills your body with joy. All of this is God's gift to you. It is boundless and plentiful. All of nature is a cornucopia of goodness. Allow yourself just to see that in this moment. Now bring your attention to people who truly nourish you in your life and how they bless you with their presence. They might be in the room with you, or you might need to just go into your mind's eye. You can try this. Picture everyone who you loved, all your dear loved ones at a great table. And they have gathered to support you, to bless you, to guide you, to love you. Gaze at their loving faces, delight in their genuine smiles, and notice the twinkle in their eyes as they wordlessly convey their love for you. Perhaps you notice someone at the table who has left this life and transitioned. Yes, they are here too. They are still a presence in your life. Take a moment and feel loved, protected, and guided. Fill your spirit with gratitude for the divine relationship that you have with these special people in your life. Once again, just take a deep breath and feel gratitude for the many gifts that you are blessed with. Your body and your health, the abundance of nature, and your wonderful divine support team. Return your attention again to your heart center. And just let this wonderful, wonderful, peaceful feeling of love and gratitude just expand to fill your chest, your body. And with each inhale, notice and allow this feeling to grow, filling you up and spilling over as it surrounds your body and just overflows to color your aura. You radiate love and light. Now, as you turn your attention to your breath, let your body remember the sensations that you had during this meditation of gratitude, of peace, of wholeness, and of love. Namaste. And now we're going to have a little music.
And I breathe in, I breathe in peace. When I breathe out, I breathe out love. When I breathe in, I breathe in peace. When I breathe out, I breathe out love. When I breathe in, I breathe in peace. When I breathe out, I breathe out love. When I breathe in, I breathe in peace. When I breathe out, I breathe out love. When I breathe in, I breathe in peace.
Wow, that's so wonderful. Oh, I almost felt like that music was a continuation of the meditation, didn't you? So now I'd like to tell you a little bit about Audra Nicole, our guest speaker. And just look at the words on the screen and read this with me, this first line. I think I need to print this up on a bumper sticker for myself. Audra Nicole claims that she is a phenomenally flawed human and an embodiment of the divine. Isn't that beautiful? She is a Californian who has recently relocated from the Denver area. And she's a CSL licensed practitioner, as well as a spiritual teacher, the Next Gen Retreat team leader, a director of education at Vision CSL, a ministerial student, and she's in her senior year. Can I get a woo on that one? Through her journey of radically honoring her truth, deeply cultivating her own authentic expression. And over 14 years of unwavering spiritual training and practice, she's learned firsthand how to live and embody her bliss. And what an empowering statement all of that is. So, with joy and gratitude, we welcome our guest speaker, Audra Nicole.
Thank you so much, Tamara, and thank you, CSL Leesburg. It is such an honor and joy to be with y'all today. On this beautiful, I would like to call it the first Sunday of Christmas. Because it kind of feels like we finally have permission to dive into that Christmas spirit. I feel like for the last few weeks, as I enter stores and I see all the decor, I'm like, Christmas, Christmas. Oh, wait. Hold on. Thanksgiving. So here we are diving into the richness of that holiday spirit. And as today's topic is gratitude beyond gifts. Now, when I first heard that topic, I was like, that is the weirdest phrase I have ever heard. I don't know what that means. But the more I sat with it and the more I dove into it, I got to really experience gratitude beyond gifts. And I'm excited to share that with you guys today and to go on a little bit of a journey together, if that's all right with y'all. So as Tamara shared with us a little bit earlier, here we are wrapping up the month of November, and we are celebrating reaching our summit. We are appreciating that view from that higher place. We've really gone on this journey together this month, and gratitude is that core value that we're really going to use today to ground in all of the goodness that we have received this month and really catapult us honestly into the new year, to hold on to all the goodness and all the juiciness of December, despite the craziness that it sometimes is, and really prepare ourselves for a solid and a profound, beautiful new year. That's what we're going to do this morning. So as we are living our mystical journey, we cultivate a deeper gratitude for that which is unseen, unheard, and sometimes even unknown along our path. What we know in our teaching is that gratitude is the practice of the realization that all good, not some good, not a little bit of good, not an occasional good, but all of the good is already delivered. It's already here and right now. It's not coming when we lose those pounds, or we learn to be a nicer human, or we become a better mother or daughter or father or son or sister or nephew. No, not then. No, right now. It's already here. And what a treasure that really is when we get the opportunity to know that in our bones. Because what we also know in our teaching is that heaven is within us. It's right here inside, in that heart space that Tamara really connected us with this morning. It's not outside. It's not at a destination when we get the house or the job or we retire. It's not there. It's right here. And not only is it in us and in our hearts, but today we're going to lean into the truth that it is in our relationships. It is not in another person, but in the magic that we co-create when we are in relation with one another. It's right there. Because gratitude isn't, I love this. Charlene, if you want to share that quote, I love this statement really spoke to me in our teaching, this principle. I love words. So these words really spoke to me. It says, gratitude is more than a resultant emotion. more than a resultant emotion. It is not the thing that comes after. That's what we need to remember. Instead, gratitude is a causative energy, which reveals the ever-present abundance of the universe. It is that causative energy. It is the thing that creates even more good. As we move into, thank you, Charlene, as we move into this Christmas time, I know it can feel, well, for starters, it can feel stressful. There's that. It can feel stressful. It can feel over commercialized. It can feel like it's about stuff. You know, what are we going to get grandma? And do the kids have all the things? And don't forget your coworkers and your neighbors and all of the people and all of the things and all of the parties, right? So in this time, it's very easy to be mindful of the things, you know, the cookies someone gave you, or the present wrapped with a nice little label. You know, when we have that present, we have these tangible things that can be easy to remember and to be grateful for because they're right here in our face. So one of my favorite philosophies, practices, and teachings is that of the Dr. Gary Chapman. For those of you who are not familiar, Dr. Gary Chapman's work is about something called the 5 love languages. Dr. Gary Chapman teaches that there are 5 primary ways that we love each other, that we feel loved, or if we're talking about a work environment, ways that we appreciate one another or that we feel appreciated. So why am I talking about the 5 languages when we're talking about gratitude and we're talking about Christmas? Because leaning into the 5 love languages during this time is a beautiful tool to have in your back pocket to get the most out of this season for yourself and for those you love. So Dr. Gary teaches that there's 5 ways we can tell someone we love them, and there are 5 different ways that people tell us that they love us. And we have some primaries. So the ways that I feel the most loved in the whole wide world might be very different than the way that Charlene feels very loved. So while we're out shopping and buying things for people, it's really important to remember that it's not just things that show each other that we love each other. The 5 areas are receiving gifts. Okay, got it. Words of affirmation. That's the next one. So during this time of chaos, but also this time of celebration and miracles and love and connection, who have you told lately how much they mean to you? Maybe you know how much you love your partner, or you love your children, or you love your friends, but have you told them? Have you texted your friend to just say, hey, do you know that I think the world of you? Do you know that I know that my life is so much richer because you're here? How can we appreciate one another? Or your mailman who is male person, your male person who is out there working tirelessly to make sure that all of your loved ones receive all of these packages. Have you seen your male person lately? Have you told them how grateful you are? Are you in your office building? I know some of us are still fully remote right now, but have you seen your building's janitor or your door person? Have you told them how wonderful it is that you get to enter this magnificently clean building? You didn't mop the floors. You didn't dust the cabinets, but it is there ready for you to show up and do your best work because of the hard work of this person. So words of affirmation is another way that we can show our gratitude for the people we love. acts of service. Funny, this is just a random image that I grabbed, but coincidentally, it's the blue one in the middle, and it's my primary, so most important. So Dr. Gary was thinking of me when he designed this graphic. So acts of service. Acts of service is sometimes hard for those of us who it's not our primary language. It can be very challenging to know and to recognize, because it is the subtleties. Acts of service is anything that you can do for someone that lifts their burden, that makes their life easier. So when we think about this time of gathering, of all of the to-dos, how can we lift the burden for those around us, for those we love? Is that emptying the trash can? Is that volunteering to wrap the presents? Is that volunteering to do the shopping? What can we do? Is it cleaning? Is it making appointments? Is it scheduling the party? What can we do to tell the people we love, who we witness working hard all the time in their lives, for themselves, for those they love, and for us? What can we do? What little teeny tiny thing can we do to lift their burden? Physical touch is another primary language. So in this time of a global pandemic, we are hungrier for touch than we have really ever been. So for some of us who are immune compromised, who are in a fully isolated bubble, we can't touch them. I know, for Thanksgiving 2020, we touched far less people than we're accustomed to touching. And by touch, I mean hugs, the high, do you remember high fives? We used to high five. Do you remember handshakes? We used to shake people's hands. We used to touch each other. And in this really scary time, we're not touching. We're not physically connecting. So it's important to find those moments where we can safely touch those we love, or we can sit, if we get to be in the same house as loved ones, if we sit next to each other on a couch, really getting those hugs in when we can. And for those of us who are fully isolated, who don't get to touch people right now, finding ways to be in soft touch, buying ourselves a new blanket that is like the softest fabric on the planet. I don't know if y'all have noticed, but this soft blanket thing is a new thing. They're cheap, they're easy, they're everywhere. So can you snuggle up with a blanket? Can you feel that softness, that coziness? Maybe the feeling is the warmth of a fire. It doesn't have to be another person, but really leaning into, we are connected creatures. We are not solo creatures. We need that physical connection. So how can we find it in healthy ways? And this holiday season, how much more grateful do we get to be for all of the ways and all of the people that are still here to be loved up on? And the last love language, but not the least, quality time. So hopefully that's the one that we're really getting to experience this season, this last week and coming up into December. A lot of companies are working less. Even those of us who are working, are we really working? We're showing up in the office, but all of the holiday spirit, our hearts and minds are with our loved ones. So let's make sure this holiday season that we are present with one another. Because over these last 2 years, we have learned the hard way how valuable it is to have time with one another. Because our choices of how we spend that time have been shifted, have been changed. Some of them have been taken away from us for this time being. So where can we spend our time with the people that we love, loving them up? Thank you, Charlene, for that slide. So those are the 5 love languages. They're super important. Again, you can apply them in work in different ways. Super important in children, parents and children relationships. Maybe as a parent, your primary love language is words of affirmation. So you tell your kid all day, they're a rock star. You love them. You think they're amazing. That's not their primary love language. They don't give a hoot what you have to say about them. They want a hug or they want your quality time. So you got to pay attention and we got to learn and we got to get creative. So I challenge you this holiday season to experiment. Maybe you don't know the primary languages of yourself. Maybe you don't know that of the people you love. So just give it a try. Start doing little acts of service and see if you notice a little perk in their step or compliment them. That's the cool thing about this thing. If you experiment and you just like give people in these different languages, you can find their love language because you will see a little glimmer in their eye when you have found the right language. So this holiday season, let's find ways to love each other as an expression of gratitude for more than just gifts. We've all got shit. We've got crap. We've got stuff. We've got garages and closets and it's all jam-packed. Some of us have storage units, for crying out loud. Is it really the stuff that we need? What else? Because really the presents are just to say, I love you. They're just to pause and say, you matter to me. So let's get creative. Let's get creative this season. Let's find more ways. And let's remember through all of this that this is an unlimited universe. These love language are a really beautiful way to experience that. Maybe we don't have enough disposable income to buy all of the things that we want to buy for all of the people that we love. That's very possible. I don't know if we have some gazillionaires on our call today. Maybe it's not a problem for you, but I tell you, I dream big and I have some big presents I would love to buy for the people that I love. And not quite in the budget this year. So that's okay because it's not about one thing or one way. I get to show up and love all of my people in the most creative ways I can think of. So these love languages are a way that we show others that we love them and that we're grateful for them. But how often are we remembering all of the ways that God is grateful for us? The fact that we are here living and breathing means that God loves us. Means that God is grateful for us. Because it took a lot of work to put that breath into your lungs. And it takes energy every single day. Did you beat your heart enough today? Did you keep it on rhythm? Did you keep it on time? What about yesterday? Did you remember to start it early enough, to stop it, to speed it up when you wanted to do something fast, to slow it down when you needed a break? Did you do it all right? No, you didn't. God did. God beats your heart. What about that coffee you had this morning? Did you properly digest that? Did you tell the pancreas to tell the stomach, to tell the intestines, to tell the thing, to tell the who, to do what? Did you do it right? What if you messed up? What if you forgot a step? Uh-oh, then what? You don't have to worry about that because God loves you. Just you. Exactly how you are today. Not when you hit your next milestone. Not when you fix the thing or you stop the bad habit. No. I mean, sure, yeah, God will love you then too. But right here, right now, today, precisely as you are, perfectly, phenomenally flawed and still fully divine. So remembering how loved we are, how honored we are, a beautiful practice is expanded gratitude. Expanded gratitude. So I'm sure we've all heard of gratitude practices in your gratitude journal, and you're grateful that your boss didn't cuss at you today, and you're grateful that the sun came up, and you're grateful for all kinds of things. But expanded gratitude is taking the time to be conscientious and aware of all of the things that made the thing that you're grateful for possible. Expanded gratitude. So I'm sure we've all paused at least once in our life to be grateful for our meal. Maybe for you, that's a daily practice. But how often are you really aware and profoundly grateful to the farmer who grew the ingredients, to the farmer's family who helps them be a farmer, or to the packaging company that safely packaged your food so that it could arrive? What about the store clerk that put the food on the shelf? What about the commercial real estate agent who leased the building to the grocery store? What about the asphalt company that paved the parking lot? Or the painters? What about Johnson & Johnson for their cleaning products that cleaned all of the things that needed to be cleaned in order for your food to safely arrive at your house? What about the transportation companies, the truck drivers? What about the truck drivers' families who love them and support them while they are on the road tirelessly, safely, doing all of the things and going all of the places? Maybe you're grateful for your home. But have you thought about being grateful to the estimator who quoted the commercial contractor the rebar that was necessary for the foundation of your home? I mean, all of the people, every nail, every screw, the designers, the engineers who made drywall. I mean, who calculated the formula to know what to put in the right place so that it would stay? Expanded gratitude. Let's be grateful for more than gifts. And in so doing, we will be the beneficiaries of gratitude as a resultant, more than a resultant emotion, as a causation energy. When you are seeped that deeply in gratitude, your bones and your cells know God. And when you know God at that level, when you know spirit, when you know truth in your bones and in your cells, grace just is. Sweetness, smoothness, love. So let's live gracefully this holiday season, loving one another with expanded gratitude, and creatively and playfully discovering new ways, new languages to love and honor and celebrate each other in this beautiful, beautiful season.
So there is one request for prayer when you do your spiritual mind treatment, and that is for Larry and his wife, both of them, that their mothers are healthy and whole. Larry and Jackie, both of their mothers, okay?
Any last prayer requests if you missed earlier before we go in to prayer? All right. Mothers it is. If you feel so called, Go ahead and close your eyes. If not, that's all right. Honor you. But feel in to the depth of this moment right here, right now. In our phenomenal music this morning, our beautiful meditation led by Tamara, remember that feeling in your bones. Think of who you thought of during my talk when I talked about loving and being grateful. Bring all of that to your heart and mind as we remember here the unity and the oneness of life, the omnipresence of God, God's tireless strength, patience, wellness, wholeness, vitality, glory, and magic. Because I know that God is all that there is. It's this thing that I call God operating in and through all things. That spark, that life. It's God, and it is so good. I know that I am the perfectly flawed embodiment of God. As I know that of myself, I know that for every member of the CSL Leesburg community, I know that every member is the full embodiment of the divine. That they don't do anything called wrong because all they do is live as love. I know this. God knows this. I know for every member of the CSL Leesburg community, and all of their family, including Larry and Larry's wife's mothers. Health, that deep health, the kind you can feel emanating from you. Strength, the kind of strength that erases fatigue, the kind of strength that is inspired. And as such, it is rich and it is playful, it is joyful, it is movement forward. Love, connection, gratitude. Gratitude for all we have experienced. Honoring that the last 2 years and the coming years have been and might still be hard. And that's okay, because it's all God and it's all good. And each of us has the strength of God flowing through our bones and our bodies. And it is our job to lean into that strength and to harness that love, to share it with one another, to receive it from one another, and to have the best day we possibly can every single day. I am so grateful for our time together, so grateful for our truth, and so expandedly grateful for all of the things and the people and the places and the ways that make all of our good possible. As I know the power of the law, I know that as these words are spoken, it's already done. So I release these words, reminding myself that I too am free. And in conclusion, we can say it together. And so it is.
Light surrounds me.
my goodness. Every Sunday, I'm so moved after the service and hearing the music. Ah, so beautiful. All right, I'm going to catch my breath and do what I'm supposed to do. Back to my job. This is the time to bless our donations that are shared today. At CSL Leesburg, we believe in the law of circulation. So we are a tithing community. The donations that are shared with our center bless everyone, those who give and those who receive. There's so many ways that you can give. Just find something that you see on the screen and just put it into action. This is how we do this. We thank you so much for your support. Now, no matter how you are giving, whether physically or mentally, just take that moment and just place it in your heart and join us in our affirmation of oneness. The presence of spirit within me blesses everyone I meet. There it is, tends to heal everything I touch, brings gladness into the life of everyone I contact. Therefore, I am a blessing to myself, to humankind, and to the day in which I live. And now we have a couple announcements. So Tuesdays at 9 a.m., join Charlene and friends as they discuss their dreams and just explore the hidden meanings that come to us, where when we think that our bodies are still, our minds are still busy, creating stuff, and sometimes we get some great insight and messages. So that's on Tuesday morning at 9 a.m. And on Wednesday evenings, we took a little break because of Thanksgiving, but this Wednesday we'll be back at 7 p.m. Please join us, where we dive deeper. At the end of our service, we always share something that are pearls. And we talk about like what moved us, what is going to stay with us from today's service. And on Wednesdays, we meet midweek and we dive a little deeper for those pearls. And we just share how this message that we had today, gratitude beyond gifts, is showing up in your life, how you're incorporating it into your spiritual practice. So that's Wednesdays at 7. Join us if you can. There's always incredible insight. And January, it's going to be here before you know it. When you're making those New Year's resolutions, you can get a jump start. Sign up for our class, Change Your Thinking, Change Your Life. And there's more information on how you can do that by going to our website, cslleesburg.org/classes, and you can sign up, and can't wait to see who joins me for that. I'm really looking forward to this class. All right, guys, it always seems like this comes so quickly, but it's time to end our sacred time together. So once again, just place your hands over your heart and join me. And you know by now, I want you to turn on those mics. You got family, you got friend with you, or maybe it's just you. Let me hear you. Here we go. You ready? I am love.
I am love.
There you are. Oh, that means so much to me. Thank you. And now point at someone who's around you, or someone on the screen, or sometimes I have puppies here beside me, but they're running amok in the backyard. Point to somebody and just say, you are love.
You are love.
Love. And now join me as we put our hands up in the air for some love sprinkles, and we say, it's all love. Thank you again. Thank you so much for joining us on that last Sunday of November, or as Audrey Nicole called it, the first Sunday of the Christmas season. I kind of like that. I'm decorating my tree later today. So thank you for joining us. Hang around if you can. We'll share our pearls. And if not, just go forward with blessing and gratitude for a wonderful time with us today. Thank you.